Good evening, everybody. We'll call this meeting of the Buckfield Select Board to order for Tuesday, June 16th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. And we do have a quorum. First of all, I wanted to thank Kim and the town office staff and all the volunteers for getting us through the election there. That seemed to go very smooth. We had a pretty good turnout. What was it,
508.
508 voters. Joanne and I got reelected.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Hey, Azalea.
Hi, Azalea.
Hi, Azalea.
I'm going to steal hers. She doesn't need them.
I was just thanking the town office staff for another fine election.
Absolutely.
508 voters.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. The consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All right. Total on that is $305,298.55.
Wrong one.
Nope, wrong one.
I'm looking at the wrong one?
Yeah, I added one more check at the end. So
Oh,
you
I
have the
got
other agenda.
Yep.
Oh, so $315,027.25. All right. Reports. Rescue report I saw in here.
Stacy apologized for not having the other one. She thought she had sent it in. So she's got both April and May in here. April rescue had 34 calls. Total calls year to date is 140. That's crazy to me. 16 daytime calls and 118 nighttime calls. I don't think that. I think she's got an extra one there.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be 18.
Okay, yeah, that math adds up.
It just feels that way at night.
Yeah, right.
24 of our calls were in Buckfield, 3 in Hartford, 5 in Sumner, 1 in Hebron, 1 in Turner. We requested mutual aid from Pace twice and provided mutual aid to Turner and Pace once each, so twice. 19 of our calls were ALS, 15 BLS, and 0 fire standby. I printed these out. A little wonky, so I apologize.
I'm sure we're paying attention, right?
For April, as of April, there had been no update regarding Rescue 451. I think she says that in the May one too. They are picking it up. I did speak to Keith, so it's going to be on its way to start the remount process. So that's good news. Spring cleaning is full swing around the station. That's been done. It's not spring anymore.
Yeah.
Really. Over the next several weeks, they'll be working to organize storage areas, clean apparatus and equipment, remove updated supplies, and ensure that the facilities remain clean, safe, and ready for service. She asked to please join her in welcoming EMT Kelsey Fournier to Buckfield Rescue. Kelsey recently joined their team and has already demonstrated a strong commitment to serving our communities. We're excited to have her as part of Buckfield Rescue and looking forward to the contributions she will make to our department. And then we fast forward to May. Rescue had 38 calls, 178 year to date, 23 daytime, 15 nighttime, 13 in Buckfield, 5 in Hartford, 14 in Sumner,
Wow.
2 in Hebron, 3 in Turner, and 1 in Lewiston, 16 BLS, 18 ALS, 3 fire standby, and we did do 1 high-paying transfer to Fort Kent with our other unit.
Are we doing those again, or are we?
If we're going to get paid for it and we have the crew and we have 2 trucks and it's going to bring revenue in for the town, this is probably the only one we've done in the last 24 months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So it was a one-off that we did this year, but it's not like it used to be.
Thank you.
Mutual aid, we requested 5 from Pace, 1 from Turner, and then we provided mutual aid to Turner 3 times and 2 times to Pace. Kind of nice to see that we're kind of balancing this out, and we're always.
How come we're not calling United?
Because Turner and Pace are closer.
Yeah.
But if Pace has to go all the way to Lewiston? Or are we determining?
Usually they figure it out. They'll get on scene and decide which way the patient's going to head, and then they'll call us.
So if it's going to Stevens, usually it's Pace.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then the other way is Turner.
Yep.
The other thing too is Turner and Pace. We've got a pretty good mutual aid partnership right now where we're not having to pay each other when we provide this. Whereas if we call Auburn charges us
They charge.
$300 a whack. So,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it'll always be like that,
Right.
but right now it works.
Well, it makes sense, yeah.
What else? She's got more in the back. Again, she said there was no update. I updated you on that. She talked about spring cleaning again. New employees, we welcomed AMT Corey George and EMT Willow Lozier, the Buckfield Rescue. He's excited to have Corey and Willow join our team and look forward to working alongside them as they begin their journey with Buckfield Rescue. I know as of right now, I think we have one that has taken, not from the new ones, that has taken a leave of absence, and then another one just recently took another job and has left.
Yeah.
Richard Martindale.
Yeah.
So we've gained 2, we've lost 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that stays the same is change.
Right.
So
Thank you.
That's all I had yet, rescue.
Yes. Thank you.
Approval of the minutes from the June 2nd, 2026 Select Board meeting. I was not here.
And I did not include them in your packet.
Yes, did not have a chance to review them.
Shall we table that one?
I will make a motion to table for the next meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor? All right.
And just so you all know, those are, like, once I post them, they're available on the website in draft format. My bad.
All right. Old business? None at the moment? Yep. New business, the 2026 audit engagement letter and retainer. I saw your email about that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it went up a little bit more than what I had anticipated, but that seems
Yeah.
to be the trend everywhere.
Of course.
School auditors, municipal auditors, they're all behind. They're still working on our 2025 along with dozens of other municipalities. But they can't, like, they still have to stay on top of the engagement letters. So before I signed it, I just wanted your approval to do it because it is what, $18,000.
I'm gonna jump in the shower real fast.
Oh, Neil has a question.
Yeah, so as far as new business is concerned, I was asked to double check with the select board. I don't know how to ask it, I guess, with the withdrawal committee, but we are looking to see the feasibility of looking into using the part of the second floor as a central office for the new RSU if it does pass. And I don't know if the select board has to approve Cameron to look into it, to give us pricing, give us feasibility, et cetera.
Do we add that as an agenda item?
Yeah, let's hit that after the committee appointments.
Okay. So I'll add that as an agenda item, as long as everybody's in favor of that. Yeah. And we'll discuss that here shortly.
As far as the auditing retainer, is there any other changes to note other than the price point, or pretty run-of-the-mill stuff compared to previous
I mean,
years?
there's some changes to auditing standards that they have to follow and comply with.
Okay.
This letter is pretty much boilerplate from last year with any changes in law that they have to abide by. But other than that, it's just the price, which has consistently gone up $2,000 to $3,000 a year for the last 4 years. But I also saw what ABCOG's audit cost, and I don't necessarily think that this is out of the realm of a municipal audit cost. But I did not see any other changes. Other than I think last year they started implementing the retainer aspect of it, and you have 14 days to make the payment or they're not locked in for you.
Okay.
Probably because they have so much business.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do a good job.
They come on site, they usually spend 2 to 3 days. They go through everything, they scan whatever they need, or they work with me and let me know what they need me to upload to their portal and help answer a lot of questions. I wish they weren't as busy as they were, but
I can only hope the same thing.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and I hear now is the time to get into this sort of accounting.
Hmm.
It's not a job many high schoolers are like, hey, I want to do that.
Yeah,
when you go to
right.
school. So, yeah.
My daughter's an accountant. She second guesses herself sometimes.
So just so you are aware, and assuming that you guys approve this, the check is part of warrant 91. So you would have already approved the check if you do approve it. So they will get their check within 14 days because I received this on what, the 11th. Today's the 16th.
I will make the motion that we approve the signing of the 2026 audit engagement letter and pay retainer.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Oh, sorry. Any further discussion? No. All those in favor? We already discussed it. My bad. There we go. The Zodok Long Free Library Patron Code of Conduct adaptation.
You all received the email I had sent out.
I did, and I agree with the need for
Yeah.
getting this. I'll make a motion that we implement the Zadok Long Free Library Patron Code of Conduct with changes.
I'll second.
Thank you. The changes that I suggested were just some mostly minor linguistic changes under section 2, expected behavior, the second bullet point. And if everyone agrees here, I'll screenshot this and send it to you so you don't have to write it all down here. Second bullet point, I just struck all to say follow directions and requests from library staff. And I added at the end, given in accordance to this and any other relevant policy. For the third bullet point, I inserted, after facilities, I wrote, use library materials and facilities with care and for their intended purposes. Again, just minor linguistics. And under hygiene, I don't know how much this is an issue for folks. Obviously, the library would know more. I just know that a lot of people are struggling to keep up with the cost of housing as well as maintaining their housing. I wanted to explore if people are experiencing a barrier that keeps them from being able to meet this need. Is there a place that, would they be able to use, does Rescue have a shower that we would be able to let residents use if we need?
I'm going to tell you right now, as far as that building's concerned, with the changes that are now being implemented by the state and drugs, and the public should not be going in and out of that building. We haven't even discussed the things that are coming down the pipe there.
Sure, but even like supervised, not like super supervised, but like, you know, not just letting anyone into the rescue building, of course, but being able to set up a time where someone can be there and make sure that that person is there for what they need to do and then leave.
Would it be more user-friendly if we asked the high school if we could use their facilities? They usually have staff
Potentially, yeah.
members on board during the
Yeah,
day,
but
custodians and,
not done school, right?
yeah.
You
Right.
can't
Not,
have.
oh, no.
No.
Well, technically you can, because during the ice storm and during COVID, they let early morning. So you could go in before 7 a.m. And use the facilities with supervised.
Okay. Yeah, I think that that's something worth exploring, but it's like an absolute no on Rescue's end.
I mean, this is just my personal opinion. I with the things and the stuff that we have to have in there, and then the responsibility of our staff to have to clean up after. This is already an issue at the library in the bathroom, and then to just divert that to our first responders and make them have to be responsible for that, and then making sure that, you know, and I'm not saying anybody would, but it's just, to me, it seems like too much of a liability to too much of a liability and not, it's too much to ask of our staff over there.
Well, my feeling is if they get a call during the middle of this,
Right.
you know,
I only have
person in there, if they're coming back from a call, if some of them are coming back from a call and want to get cleaned up, you know, those kind of logistics for me are, I wouldn't be comfortable if I were in there, having somebody in there. Cause and you take another chance that there's conversations going on, you know, in.
There's a lot of HIPAA stuff in there that goes around.
Right.
It's just, it's not a conducive atmosphere for that. And the showers are literally right where all of the EMS providers and the staff are housed. So
Right.
Yep.
I feel like the school would be a better exploration attempt.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Especially considering we've heard the whole spiel about how kids aren't even using the showers at the school anyways anymore. Well, then maybe there's a potential use for them to be used.
Okay. So in that case, leaving it unspecified, I would still like to know if this is a barrier for people. So after the hygiene point, I added, if you are experiencing a barrier which makes this prohibitive, please contact the town office. And the last change that I had was under number 4, enforcement and consequences, the bullet point suspension of privileges and trespass. At the end, I put for a specified period, comma, incremental period, and then with the S in parentheses. Just saying that instead of, you know, you may repeat offenders will, that trespass, you might start at 30 days, but if it continues to be a problem, it will scale up.
Yep.
It just felt slightly vague, even though that's still pretty vague. And those were my recommended changes, if anyone wants to discuss further.
So what were we doing with the trespass?
So for just scaling the trespass, under suspension of privileges and trespass, just that last sentence before the parentheses, let's say 30 days to a year, I put banning the individual from the library for a specified, comma, incremental period. And then an S in parentheses.
Oh, I see.
It's like first offense, second offense.
Right.
Okay.
I think all smart additions,
Yeah.
Azalea.
You're going to send that to me, right?
Yep.
Because I didn't catch all.
No, that's okay.
I made some notes, but.
Yeah.
So do we want a motion that we accept it as presented by Azalea?
That was my motion. Peter
Oh, you did make
seconded,
a
so the
motion.
motion is on the table.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're all set. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Committee appointments.
I will make a motion that we approve Candy Brooks for a 2-year term appointment to the Budget Committee.
I'll second.
Further discussion? All those in favor? Okay.
And I will make a motion that we appoint Angela McAllister for a 1-year reappointment to the Planning Board.
I'll second that as well.
Further discussion? All those in favor? All right.
Thank you both.
Yeah, thank you to them for.
And then I saw Angela had already taken the MMA course. Does this mean that everyone on that board has been able to take that course, or at least a majority?
And Kyle's the only one that hasn't had a chance to take it yet.
Okay. Thank you.
And were we going to insert the RSU here?
Yes.
All right. So we'll discuss. The separation committee was curious about us using the upstairs somehow, and having Cam look into that a little bit, see what the pros and cons are. just explore it as an option for the superintendent's office.
Mhm. I remember it being mentioned a need for that sort of office, a conference room. Was there any idea for how they would handle that in this space, or if they just have another? Okay.
My original comment was during the day, they could utilize this as a conference room. It's not used very much during the day.
Okay.
So, I mean, it could just be a shared space.
Okay.
So should we develop some sort of plan around that, like some sort of outline? I mean,
I think really what it comes down to is what the new school board, if this were to pass, would be looking for. Are they looking for something temporary until they can find something more permanent? If they're looking for something temporary, throwing up some cubicles and having a little, sit down area and then utilizing this as a private space when they need to could suffice for a year or two until they figured something else out. Anything above and beyond that, again, I don't even know, and this is just me because I haven't been at all your meetings recently, but I don't even know what the composition of how many people are going to be housed at a central office. So without actually like being a part of a central office of a school,
right?
it's easy for me to say, yeah, that's a pretty big room. You could divide it up and make it work. But how private does it need to be? Do they need to put up a wall so the superintendent can have their own private office? I mean,
Yeah. Any thoughts, Neil?
Yeah, so we're looking at a maximum of 4 people, which includes the superintendent.
And were they thinking temporary, or I remember we discussed temporary, but
I mean, we are looking at other places as well. I mean, we were instructed to create a subcommittee, which we have, and to go around and see what locations we have in Buckfield, Hartford, and Sumner. It seems like Buckfield has the most possible locations. There's one possible location in Sumner, I believe. Hartford really doesn't have anything that we've been able to find yet. We're just, looking to see as an option, would it be available and how much the lease would be and that type of stuff. So I think that if it was something that it was settled on, I don't think it would be it would really be temporary as in like just a 1 year thing. I think maybe maybe like a 5 year thing to where then they could, figure out something different if they needed a bigger space than what that's offered. But we have to come up with something to present to the new school board if it passes in November and things proceed.
Okay.
yeah, there's 2 air conditioners up there too. So if you start putting up walls, you're gonna want to put something else in for cooling because
Yeah.
it gets hot. Well, I mean, they're not really. Summertime it gets really hot. I mean, in the wintertime it usually stays pretty decent as long as you have the heat on. But I mean, the space itself is right now. It's almost pointless unless I utilize it when we have an election and it's easier enough, for me to set up a meeting or whatever. But if we went back, if the voters decided to go back to that old model, elections could be held at the high school.
Yep.
Just like Hartford's town meeting was held at the high school. It's just a place to set up ballot boxes and voting machines. And I mean, I feel like those things
Or
could
way back and go to the fire station.
Yep.
I mean, that stuff can be pulled out. It's in the middle of summer. Nothing's going to freeze up.
Yeah.
You can lock off the rest of the building. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like that space is an essential necessity of the town. I mean, right now we have this giant building that we utilize for a historical society a couple times a week, and then us. And then we use this room, for committee meetings and
Might as well look into it.
yeah,
Won't hurt.
the consultant had said, it could be functional. It seemed like a temporary solution for her. Just because, you're up and down steps and is it just this restroom, I think?
yeah, there's the one restroom down here. I know there was some things about
Yeah.
being able to get or be ADA compliant. The chairlift works.
Right.
Every year I put brand new batteries in it. It gets used twice a year.
Right.
Wants to go up, wants to go down, and wants to get signed off on. So I mean, it is accessible.
I think if we do pursue this, our bathroom here could use some love. Last time I was in there, it wasn't a super hospitable experience.
So with that said, as you all are aware, there's no budget for cleaning here. So it's the girls, it's me and Manny.
Yeah.
And when people come in here, I'm going to go back to what I said about the library. When people come in here and destroy our bathrooms,
Yeah.
it's right after you clean it, it's really discouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it would help if the walls weren't painted like a yellow, nasty color that made it look dingy and dirty, but
Yeah, that doesn't help either. Well, and also is the sink still being weird?
it's the plumbing in the building.
All right.
It just yells at you
Not
for a
that it's
second.
not that it's like prohibitive, but yeah, it's
It's the ghost downstairs talking to you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely. It's like there's air pockets in the pipe sometimes, and
Yeah. I mean, that being said, perhaps part of this rental agreement could cover the cost of like a local cleaner to come in on a regular basis or on an as-needed basis, and also.
Would have to be on a.
no, it doesn't really need to be anything. Once a week is sufficient.
Yeah. Well, and then they can also, I mean, to make it worth someone local's while, we can have them do multiple buildings for the town of Buckfield. I'm sure other departments would love to not have to think about the bathroom. So.
I mean, I've had teenagers do it before.
Yeah.
You know, just 5 hours on a Saturday and go through and clean windows and do it.
Yeah.
I had Public Works used to do it, but man, I have all I can do to keep up with the mowing and the weed whacking. So
Yeah.
having them come in here to clean toilets and mop floors just isn't. It's not feasible.
Some other considerations, I know it doesn't happen an awful lot, and it's not a insurmountable conflict, but we do have times where we're using this and then someone else is upstairs having a meeting, like the community events committee. I don't know, it sounds to me like the board would be willing to explore it for at least a temporary basis. I would be curious to know what would be needed to make it more permanent, or if that's even something that the withdrawal committee would desire, or maybe they just need a landing space for the first couple years to get on their feet, and then hopefully they can find space in an existing building, or I don't know. Are we looking for a motion or just a general sense of approval from the board that we'd be willing to explore this and get back to the withdrawal committee with some party members?
Neil's
Okay.
not sure either.
Okay.
I'm kind of in the same boat, Neil.
Yeah.
If the board's open to it, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think that our subcommittee, when we bring the report back to the full committee with all the different options, when we talk about the town of Buckfield town office second floor, we could put in there that, like a little caveat that this would be temporary, 1 to 3 year type of thing. I think it's just more about, the feasibility of it, and also, like how much would the lease be? Because, like, for example, we are also looking at the old Oxford Networks building, and we're talking with the owner about that and what that looks like. We're also looking at maybe the possibility of using a portable as the superintendent's location on the school property, because then there's no lease. So there's a few options, and we just want to cover our basis and do our due diligence.
And I think from a taxpayer's perspective, since Buckfield's going to have 60% of the share of the cost of the school.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it sounds like. Maybe not that much. I don't know. Neil probably has a better idea. That this doesn't need to be an exorbitant lease, because all we're doing is saying, hey, now you need to raise and appropriate more money for the purpose of this. And I'm sure Sumner and Hartford feel the same.
Yeah. No,
Because whether they're there or not, we're paying for this building.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cover the costs of what we're
Right. Heating and
expecting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it sounds like the lease would not be much.
Okay.
But also just some special considerations in the ways of the flexibility of the space, and the bathroom.
I think,
The haunted bathroom.
yeah, I think from the town's perspective, I think we can do a better job at scheduling our committee meetings.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think the committee meetings is a significant enough issue to really hamper the possibility of this being, feasible for everyone.
Well, there we go. So we don't need a vote. I think we,
I think the consensus.
yeah,
Just the planning board consents to.
Yeah.
yeah. We ran it around and
Yeah.
it sounds good.
Mhm.
And it,
Can
yeah,
take a formal vote if that's.
I think we can hold off.
I feel like a formal vote could happen, like if we have like a harder number to give them.
Yeah, if the committee comes up with a plan and we get to that point, then we can,
Yeah.
but I think where we stand.
I think no matter what, I mean, there's going to be some costs associated with it, no matter where you put it, networking and making sure you can get it up and running with phones and stuff.
Mhm.
Here might be easier than some of those places. I don't know, but
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Neil. All right. Select board comments.
I am going to make a motion to honor Marjorie Gesner with the Boston Post cane.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
For those who are unaware, unfortunately, our latest recipient of the Boston Post cane, Lila Perry, passed away. Wish we had gotten to it sooner. She deserved the award for a lot longer than she had it. But she lived a very storied and deep life here in the community. And I'd like to thank Buckfield Historical for putting together all the information they did to get her application in. I'm hoping that we can honor her with a bit of a history on her life here. She was born in the house right across the street from us. She went to high school here when this building was the high school. I remember one of my junior or senior year of Carnival Ball, they honored her as the first queen of Carnival Ball. So she has a lot of deep history in this town that we'd love to provide information on for those who are interested in. In the meantime, Marjorie Gesner just celebrated her 99th birthday and was the only other person who applied for the Boston Post cane. I have a letter for you folks to sign so we can send it off to her and let her know that she is being honored with this. And hopefully we'll be in contact with her soon. I'd love to hear more about her life here in town as well.
All right.
Sounds good.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Any other select board comments? No. Public comment.
Judy.
Judy. Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Judy.
I'll have to ask her to unmute so the box pops up.
Oh, there we go.
What happened at the board meeting in was it in Rumford Monday? The school board meeting.
The budget meeting? That was
No,
that one?
she's talking
Well,
about school board.
I think didn't we present some sort of a I don't know what you call it.
Oh, she's talking about, they believe, I did not attend the meeting. I looked at the agenda. I believe what she's talking about is the full board had a agenda item to agree to send or sign off on the withdrawal agreement to send it off or to allow the withdrawal committee to send it to the Commissioner of Education. Wow, I can't get my words out today.
Neither could I.
I'm not 100% sure how the vote went.
Well, we actually got an email from Kristen Chapman that stated that the board at RSU put it on hold until they could review it or do some other stuff. So that vote was pushed to the future.
May I
Yes,
speak? Doesn't it have to be into the state though by June 30th?
Yep, June 30th.
They don't have any more meetings this month, do they?
I don't know. I know we do.
Right.
I have another question.
Yes, Judy.
Did any of you see that article on Buckfield, the swap shop? Did
Yeah.
anyone, did anyone respond to it to correct the Sun Journal?
I didn't realize Mark Silver was a Buckfield
I
fan.
sure did tell him to correct that, and they sure didn't. He got back to me and told me that he updated it, and then I recently looked back on it, and I was like, I don't know. He also spelled my name 2 different ways, so it was very creative of him. No, we appreciate the attention, and I think that where it matters, we all know that Mark is a former Sumner Select person and not a current Buckfield Select person, as reflected on our website. I was just happy to get some eyes on the project. On that note, we officially submitted our grant application for the Community Resilience Partnership. We should be hearing back about that. I think last meeting I said like in 2 months. I think that was optimistic. I think they said definitively they will get back by September. I don't know if it's going to be like the main community foundation grant where they end up getting back a little sooner. But we should have an answer on the rest of the swap shop funding by September.
Another question.
Sure.
How much have we accumulated from people donating, GoFundMe, or just ordinary contributions?
The GoFundMe is sitting at about 3,400, I think, last I looked. We also had the anonymous donation of $10,000. We got the Maine Community Foundation Building Community Grant for $10,000. And then submitted with this grant application is the cost of the structure, insulation, electric. So that means that any funding through the GoFundMe will be for any finishing considerations. We would like to establish a tool library in honor of Fred Horsfall. So that is something that funding would go towards. And we'll, as we get closer to it, and it's more of a sure thing, we'll engage the community to see, and the donors to see what they would like to see the money go toward. Because we're not lording over this project. We're absolutely open to suggestions, but just kind of focused on getting the structure up right now first. But yes, GoFundMe is sitting at around just under $3,500.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Judy.
22, 20, so yeah, you're like 26, 25, 26. Is where you're sitting right now total. Because you've got 12,000-ish in the bank account, plus the 10.
Yeah. The Maine Community Foundation grant we did specify specifically was for the foundation itself, although that looks like it's coming in at a little under $10,000, so that'll leave us a little extra money. I asked them to make sure it was kosher. They just want to see the project happen, so they don't mind that it's not all going toward the foundation as long as it goes to the swap shop in general.
Yeah. It's a good start.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Any other public comment? Nope. All right. We don't need executive session? Nope. All right. Then I will make a motion that we adjourn at 7:09 p.m. Those in favor? All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.